Hello and welcome to episode 344 of the Daily Sales Message Sales Podcast, where every single day I say the word sales a lot. Sorry about that, but it's good for the algorithms apparently. But more importantly, I share a piece of simple and actionable advice that's designed to help you feel more confident, sell more stuff, just understand the somewhat mysterious and unclear world of selling that is actually pretty straightforward when you think about it. But maybe nobody's ever broken it down for you. My whole life, really, or this part of my life, has been dedicated to turning sales and selling into a paint-by-numbers, very, very specific, easy-to-follow, step-by-step process. And that is why I have 340 whatever episodes of this podcast so far, and about 8,000 million to go. Lots to talk about. In today's episode, though, we're talking about, as I check my notes, seller's remorse. Yes, seller's remorse. So we've heard about buyer's remorse, where you buy something and then you regret it. But seller's remorse, where you sell something to somebody and then you regret it. And the point here is that not all clients are created equally. So many people I meet are in such a rush to do the deal, to get the money, to make the sale, because money makes the world go round, and I like to eat 3 times a day and live in a house and all that kind of good stuff, right? We need money, of course we do, I'm not naive. But some people place making the money over the consideration of what kind of a client is this person going to be? Because the more difficult a person is before you've got their money. So if somebody's asking all sorts of questions and making a nuisance of themselves before they've paid you, well, after they've paid you, they're probably going to get worse because you've got their money and they're going to want to get their money's worth. So some people can be really, really difficult to please, impossible to please, and it might reflect badly on you. You could do everything you're supposed to do like any other client, but you'll get bad feedback because this person didn't like you, couldn't be bothered, had high expectations, etc., etc. So the point I'm making here is, with seller's remorse, not all buyers are created equally. Look out for those people that are a little bit tricky. Ask your potential clients, hey, what does success look like to you? How are you going to be judging this success? What are you measuring it against? What are you looking for? Set some realistic expectations and have a real candid chat with them about what's going to happen and what's not. Because if you sign a bad client, and thankfully for me, I don't do this that often, but I've had 1 or 2, they complain about everything, they pay late, it's very difficult, you move heaven and earth, they're still not happy, and they just take so much energy out of you, and it's just such a negative experience. You could do exactly the same work for somebody, put your heart and soul into it and be appreciated over here, and these people are like, wow, James, this is amazing. You could do the same thing over here and get asked loads of questions and it's a nightmare, and they're still not happy. Some people are never happy. Some people will never give you a 10 out of 10 because I don't give people a 10 out of 10. Those are the people that we want to avoid because they're a lot of hard work for not much in return. So whilst it's great to take money off people and do deals and sell, etc., of course, I love it. I teach people how to sell. It's what I do. Just be careful who the people are, because if you're dealing with people who are not very nice or have a hidden agenda or they're very hard to please, you're going to be in for a rough ride, and you'd probably be quite happy just to give them the money back, get rid of them in the end. And you've probably had a client like that before in the past, I'm sure. Right, that's it for this quasi telling off edition of the Daily Sales Message. Sometimes it's a treat. I like to tell you off, so consider yourself told off slightly in this one. Tomorrow in 345, we're talking about where profit comes from. Profit comes from lots of places, but there's one thing you can do absolutely to drive profit in your business. And I had a call this afternoon where I was explaining something to somebody, and I reflected on just how much of this thing that I've done, and it's really helped me, but I'll explain more in tomorrow's episode. That's enough more of me being cryptic there. In the meantime, if you haven't already, please hit the like or subscribe button, comment, share this with anybody that you might think want to listen to or watch the Daily Sales Message. Thank you for listening or watching all the way to the end. I'll catch you in another episode.